in New York City for coming down here to share some fitness tips with you.
Thanks for having me today.
And I want to thank you for being part of the show because it's so important that people get in shape and feel good about themselves today. And also, I'm sure, being part of music or the Four Seasons and people, going to gyms and, putting on music and just dancing to that music and getting their body and sweating and having a good time is enjoyable. I know what you do is enjoyable.
I would put to my playlist.
Yeah, exactly. See, so we already tied the show together already,
right.
Pat. You probably figured, how will we tie all this together in about an hour? Well, you'll see how we'll tie it together. Now, tell us quickly about some of the myths about fitness, the 5 myths that we need to know about.
One of them I wanted to go over with you first was eating less to weigh less. And a lot of people go on diets. That's what happens on a typical diet, Jenny, whatever, and all these different diets. And what they basically do is they restrict your calories. So then after 2 weeks, you've lost some weight. But if any of that weight is muscle, that's your metabolism right there. So basically, you're frustrated after 2 weeks because you lost 10 pounds and you really can't, you're stuck and you want to go and lose some more, but they have you restricting calories. So when this is all over and you go off that diet, you go back to eating the way you were in the beginning, you usually put that weight back on and more because you have less heat-generating tissue on your body.
I wish we had a TV camera in here. We could do like an iPodcast and do like a little radio show, Pam and Charles, and myself. Play all the Four Seasons songs in here, and then you could like give fitness tips as we're moving and sweating to it.
That's a great motivational tactic.
How about
I'm just
that?
looking at Oran's. I'm looking at
shape?
Oran's muscles here. That's what I'm sitting here looking at his muscles.
Well, understand one thing. I have a lot of muscle and I eat a lot because I'm usually a skinny person, so I always like to keep a little bit of muscle on my body. But as you're on a diet, if you lose muscle, remember one thing. My job, my goal as a personal trainer is to try to help people improve their quality of life, one person at a time. The people that I meet who ask me how they need help, because not everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to live their life. They want no pressure. Some people want to, some people don't want to. So, and when it comes to calories, if you lose muscle and all we're starting to deteriorate after, say, 25 to 30 years old, we're all starting to deteriorate slowly, and you start to lose muscle tissue. And that's what burns the calories in which you consume. 1 pound of muscle burns 50 calories a day. And 1 pound of fat burns 2.
So what do you suggest people do? Like eat like small portions?
That's it right there. But in America, we're all used to eating large portions.
You got to stay off that fast food stuff.
My wife is Israeli. She came here and gained like 35 pounds, and then I had to get her a treadmill.
Well, you need to put on some Frankie Valli and Four Seasons and Jersey Boys songs.
That would help. That would help. We just dance around in the house.
Do you have a question for Oran or Charles? In any respect, if you were doing a show on fitness right now, is there a particular thing that you'd want to ask this man right here, professional?
Sure.
Tip on music or doing that?
Sure. So what would you suggest for somebody who does want to lose weight, but say doesn't have a lot of muscle, but just so that they're starting from just square one?
What I would like to do is teach people that fat is incinerated inside your muscle cells as energy. So when you do cardio, that enhances the fat burning process. When you lift weights to build muscle, the fat is incinerated inside your muscle cells. So if you have more muscle, you actually burn more fat. So it's easy. You don't see too many bodybuilders do too much cardio because they don't want to get too skinny.
Now, a lot of people think that if you cut down on your carbs or high on protein, or or everybody has a sort of a different feeling about it, or they work out every day, but I shouldn't eat this or that. Well, what are some just basic things you can tell us?
There's so many different ways to manipulate the body to lose weight. And if you go to the bookstore, you're going to find a book, 100,000 books on it, But I'm trying to teach people, I think that one of the best ways to do it is to eat small portions throughout the day. If we eat a large portion of food, and our body doesn't utilize the nutrients within the food, it's going to save it. And it's going to save it as fat. So if you're on a desert island or in a concentration camp, your body lives off that fat, so it's the same life.
Now, some of the other myths that people should know about fitness, if you could talk about that. Then we're going to play some more Frankie Valli.
That's what I see in the gym a lot is doing crunches or abdominal work to make your abdominals slower or get those six-pack abs that everybody would like to have, which that you see on the infomercials late at night all the time. That doesn't work. It's just a gimmick. We all have six-pack abs underneath all the fat, So basically, that doesn't work. Just doing tons of crunches doesn't work. You need, there's 3 components to fat loss. Basically, aerobic exercise, resistance training, and the right nutrition. And like I said, the right nutrition. And my suggestion to people is keep a diary. for like 3 weeks, because we're all creatures of habit.
So
Find out
let's
the right
say
way to do it.
you train someone. What's the training like when you? I know it probably differs from person to person depending on what they want to do, but is there sort of obviously there must be similarities to the training.
Or for the people that I train?
Yes.
Now, everybody is different. We have different body types, and with different ages. So it depends on the person which I meet. Like somebody in their 20s, I'm not going to have them do too much cardio. I'm just going to rip them apart. Somebody in their 30, 35, 40 years old, we have all little elements, something that hurts here, something that hurts here. So we have to gradually increase it as we go along and find out what's good for you and what isn't. But we're all in general, we're the same. We need to eat small portions throughout the day and stay away from that white flour. That will do it to you, right?
And play more Frankie Valli music.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
And can't wait for Charles to write with Pam the book.
That's right.
Charles?
Oren, I actually took on a personal trainer last year at age 60, and he's been working me pretty hard. I mean, if he's going easy on me because I was 60, I'd hate to see what he's doing to the 20-year-olds. But should I be at all worried about this? Is there any age at which this is not a good idea to work out with a personal trainer?
That's a great question because, I always say, I'm 46 years old, 225, and about 12% body fat.
You don't look more than like 32.
Most people think I'm a lot younger than what I am.
That's
a lot
true.
older than, a lot younger than what I am.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And to get back to what he was saying, no matter what age you are, you can make results when it comes to this. The older you get, the more you need to be in the gym.
Now, as far as going to a gym and working out, real quickly, then we're going to play some great music. 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 5 times a week, does it matter? I mean, really, it's what you do in the gym and more.
Well,
or not.
No one's going to go into the gym 5 days a week, week in, week out, 52 weeks in a year. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. They'll burn out, they get tired. Right?
Yes, right.
Right.
So I always suggest to people, start off twice a week, do it, and then pick like a month or 2 when you have times. Go for like 6 weeks, 5 days a week, and it's hard on you physically and mentally, and write down everything you eat, and do your own little training camp, just like football players would do, or it's a soccer team. They go through training camp. Put yourself through your own training camp for like 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and eat right, eat better than the people around you, and you will definitely see a change.
Oran Booker, what would you like to leave our audience with tonight with Frankie Valli music and Jersey Boys and Pam Singer and Charles Alexander? We're getting to sports and movies momentarily.
Well, if anybody who lives in New York City would like to contact me for training, they can contact me at oranbooker@gmail.com.
One more time, say that.
oranbooker@gmail.com. That's ORAN Booker@gmail.com.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate you coming here tonight. And when we come back after the song, we're going to have a little sports, a little movie, and maybe a little bit of Godspell. Oh, we couldn't forget that, Anthony.